Well, on this episode of Wanderlust, I want to talk about theft, stealing. Not just like stealing packs of cards or stealing singles from people, but all kinds of stealing that hurt this game. And I came to one of my favorite places, Lake Michigan. One of the best looking places in Wisconsin. And I always want to try to keep it interesting for you guys, so I drove about an hour to get here to shoot this episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. 50 degrees in Wisconsin in December. This is crazy. Well, it's not 50 here, but it's in the 40s, which is about 20 degrees warmer than normal. I'm sure we'll pay the price. But anyway, there's a lot of ways people steal in this game. Some of them include opening up intro packs, stealing booster packs, and returning them to Walmart. Flat out opening and stealing booster packs from big box stores. I find that a lot of the retail theft happens at big box stores because, I mean, let's be honest, the packs are unattended and people are unattended. In a game store, there's a lot of eyes on you. But theft can also happen between friends. Stealing singles. Things like that. Terrible, terrible thing. So, this is part of the card community that I hate. The reputation that we're a bunch of dirtballs who steal from each other. And while it's not as bad in the Magic community as it is in other card game communities, and maybe that's just because I play Magic, but I feel like people are always like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh players are the worst. We don't have Yu-Gi-Oh players in our store because all they do is steal. And then I hear some crazy stuff where people try to tell me it's like a cultural thing, that it's okay to steal from each other, which I think is some sort of veiled racist remark about Asian folks. Because we think China's okay with piracy, then all yellow people must be cool with stealing. I don't know. I don't know where that line of thinking comes from, but certainly a lot of local game stores don't support Yu-Gi-Oh! And other kind of anime card games like that, and they often cite the crowd. And it makes me wonder, I'm like, you know, Magic players steal all the time. Maybe they, you know, I go into Walmart and it breaks my heart to see these like blister packs opened up and packs missing. Because I know not only, it's like doubly annoying, right? Because theft is annoying the way it is, but only a Magic player is going to steal Magic cards. So this is one of us stealing. And it creates what's called shrink in the retail world. I mean, if you work at a store, you know what that is. But ultimately it leads to higher prices, right? Because stealing from Walmart or Target doesn't, I mean, yeah, it helps you, but it hurts everyone else because eventually prices go up to offset it. These stores don't lose. Stealing can also happen when people shark each other. Knowing full well a card's worth $20, telling them it's worth $5. And this happens between friends, which is super disheartening. Or going into your local card store and seeing that they have a card mispriced. Now, I'm not saying, you know, you're not allowed to save money, and I also think that, look, it's the local game store's job to stay up on prices, and that's why I always tell LGS people that I know that you should just not even mark your cards and just say, oh, we sell TCG mids. Because that way you never get burned. But if you go into your local game store, let's say, I remember after Underground C's Revised Duels like spiked. And I remember Underground C was like $120. It jumped like over $100. People were going into the local game stores and just buying them out. Like, I get it, but come on, guys. Like, yeah. Like, local game stores survive basically exclusively on singles. If you think about what they make running drafts, it's nothing. I mean, if they offer prize support for the draft, these game stores make nothing. They make their entire livelihood off singles. And yes, it is their responsibility, but it's still kind of a D move. And sharking your friends or sharking someone you don't know, it's just so bad for the game. Let me tell you, like, getting sharked, I think we've all been sharked. But getting sharked by a friend makes you want to quit the game, right? It's a lesson we all learn, but I just wish it wasn't that way. Especially when you see like a little kid get sharked and by an older person, someone who knows better, someone whose exclusive job it is to rip people off. When you see that stuff happen, you should say something. If you see somebody getting sharked, don't feel bad butting in, because, and if the person trying to buy the card gets butthurt, tell them tough cookies. Because I'll tell you what, the more times people get sharked, the more likely they are to just quit the game, because they'll feel like, oh, I can't trust anybody. Oh, I got ripped off, and it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's like paying for an 8-4 draft and mulliganing to 4 both games and then just getting eliminated in Moto, you know? It just makes you feel bad. And this game, this community is so damn fun, but it's also so damn fragile. And sharking makes people quit the game. It's short-term benefit for long-term. Now this is somebody you're not going to be able to play with anymore. And by the way, people who are sharking, in my experience, don't even really play the game that often, so piss on them. You know, if I see somebody getting sharked, I always butt in. Now it's easy because I'm 6'5" and a giant bearded guy and no one really talks junk to me. But if you're younger, don't feel bad. You know what sometimes I do is I'll walk by and just say, hey, check your prices, man, and just walk away. You know, just plant the seed. Look, if somebody's willfully stupid, or they willfully they don't care that their card's worth $10 and this other card's worth $3, they want the $3 card, so be it. But if you see somebody openly, you know, a kid opens a Gideon at Battle for Zendikar draft and you see people like lurking around, hey, you want to trade for that? Just keep an eye on it, because they're probably trying to shark them. Friggin' hate this part of the walk. But I definitely want to take you guys up to the lighthouse. So another common thing I see is when Magic players will steal from Walmart. I see it so often. Empty packaging. And what I just want to say to those folks is, you know, think about what's happening to the next person that comes up, you know? Someone who buys that intro pack, opens it up, and you've stolen the booster packs out of it. Do you think that they're gonna have a great feeling about Magic the Gathering? No, they're gonna think we're a bunch of thieves, right? And what's gonna happen when Target and Walmart, the last places that us Magic players can avoid certain kinds of price gouging, like with the Origins Fat Packs, Battle for Zendikar Fat Packs. When these stores deal with too much of a theft problem, they just stop carrying the stuff. So it's already hard enough to find a local game store that has a thriving community. And by continuing to steal from alternative options to buy the product, we're gonna shrink the amount of places that we can get it, right? I know it's easy for me to say, being a grizzled old man, but I know that 99% of the people watching this have never stole magic cards. But I'm willing to bet 20% of the people watching this know somebody who steals or has stolen. And that's who I'm really talking to here. I'm not telling you to be a narc. I'm not saying dime out your friends, blah, blah, blah. But what I am saying is to shame them. You know, if somebody comes up to you and is like, check it out, I stole these packs from Walmart, it was so easy. Instead of being like, oh, cool, you can be like, that's stupid, man. Why'd you do that? Make them feel bad. You know, guilt is a powerful thing. And I'm not for like turning people in and trying to ruin people's lives, getting them arrested, things like that. Now, if somebody stole high value items, lots of singles, something like that, turn them in. Turn them into the cops, because I can tell you, as someone who's had their card stolen, it is the worst feeling, one of the worst feelings ever. Because you cherish these cards. You've built your collection, you spend your time sorting them, and some a-hole just steals them. Most people just quit the game. I did. I quit the game for a lot of years because, one, I couldn't afford to rebuild my collection, and two, I was just so disgusted that someone would do that. Gotta watch out for these. Monsters are human? Probably true. So when I was like 13 or 14, I think, you know how it is when you're young and you have like every card you ever owned in a box. Many of you watching this, that is the case for you right now. And people think I don't remember what that was like because, you know, now I'm opening up booster boxes and blah, blah, blah. But oh, I remember. That little 900 count BCW box was my life. Every card I owned. All my trades, everything. Maybe that and one binder, maybe. But back then, you had to choose between a binder and, you know, 3 packs of cards, and who the heck would choose a binder? I would bring that box with me to the game store, set it down all the time. Play Magic, you know. Never had a problem, except one particular time. I turned around for like what felt like a second. Now, being older, I probably went to go get a sub and left it back at the game store or something like that. The way I remember it was, I turned my back for 1 second and all my cards were gone. And I felt totally naked and totally betrayed because I knew that it had to be like one of 5 people that I knew. People that I played Magic with all the time. One of them stole my cards. And if I remember, I didn't have a hell of a lot anyway back then, but it was all I had. And there were some people there. There were some people there who launched a quick search party. And I'll always be thankful to them. They didn't find the guy or the cards, but they looked. I don't even remember. I probably cried. If I was only like 14, 15, I probably cried. I don't remember if I did or didn't, but I probably did. And that's what happens when you steal, right? Somebody got away with $50 in cards, and they made me quit the game. Because that was it. I couldn't take it. I was like, I'm not rebuilding. I spent years building that. And that's what you do when you steal. And if you steal from the store, you're doing the same thing. If you steal from your LGS, great. You got over on them for 50 bucks. But what happens when they close? You don't have anywhere to play Magic anymore. I guess more importantly for you, you don't have anyone to steal from anymore. I know it's weird to be young and be thinking of big scale consequences. And I don't think I ever thought of anything like that when I was young either, but I didn't have anyone telling me either. You know? I didn't have anyone telling me that's what was gonna happen. But that's what does happen. You shark someone, they're more than likely to quit the game. You steal from someone, they're more than likely to quit the game. You steal from the store, they're more than likely to stop carrying the product. And then what happens to our game? For those of you who are just starting now, this is like, you know, the golden era of Magic. It really is. Every new set is breaking more sales records. Every new set is more powerful and more expensive than the last. But it wasn't always that way. There was a real time in which this game almost didn't make it. And we are why it made it. We are why it's thriving. It's the community. And that's why we have to police. We have to self-police. We have to stop letting people get ripped off. We have to turn people in who steal. We have to not take part in sharking. And what you'll get is a stronger, even more thriving community. And at the root of every Magic player, of course, is the fact that they love this game. And we want to play. We want people to play with. We can't be cutting off our own arms. And I know there'll always be a certain section of people that steal or do unscrupulous things, but let them be a pariah. Let them be excommunicated. Don't be their friend if they steal, because guess what? They'll probably steal from you too. You might think it's funny that they stole from someone or it's cool, but guess what? They're gonna probably steal from you given the opportunity, because people who steal just keep doing it. Word of advice, protect your collection. Bring a backpack. If you're bringing all your cards to the card shop, make sure you always put all your stuff in your backpack and you take your backpack with you. As players, we can do a lot to prevent theft as well. And a lot of it is just not leaving the opportunity for people. So like, people can steal from stores or whatever, but they're not gonna get your stuff if you keep your eyes on it. Thieves are lazy. That's why they're thieves in the first place. Most of them are not going to cut the power and telephone line to your house and break in and steal your binder. They're gonna wait for one to be laying out there and they're gonna grab it. So just don't be that person. Don't be a victim, I guess is what I'm saying. If you have expensive cards, treat them like such. Don't toss them around. Don't leave your backpack unattended. Or do what I do, and I don't bring anything to the store that I don't need that day. Now, if you're gonna do trades or you wanna bring several different decks, okay, but then just have that in the back of your head. Protect your stuff. It's your investment. For a lot of people, for me when I was in my teens, it was the thing of most value I had. More valuable than my car. So you gotta stay vigilant. And you know, if your buddy walks away from their deck, grab it for them and put it away. Or grab it and hand it to them and say, hey, you should probably just grab this. I guess don't put it away for them, that might look suspicious. But if people leave stuff sitting out, ask them, hey, maybe you want to put that away or something. Maybe do you want to grab that? I don't want to see something get stolen. And people will really appreciate that, I promise you. Now, most people probably be like, nah, it's fine. But you planted the seed and you did your part. Also, hey, well, don't be a thief. If you are a thief, you know, screw you. But life gets a lot harder for thieves and a lot easier for good, kind, trustworthy people. For the most part. Protect your stuff, keep your eye on your stuff, and don't be a victim. Here's one. Hopefully you can see it. That is a brown trout? Maybe a rainbow, but it doesn't look so healthy. It's probably waiting for food. Or it's sick. But it's a big ass fish. The water is a little bit warmer down here too. The payoff, I'm on my way out, finally. Been looking like for the last 40 minutes. I think the water was up over the top of this thing. Gaze down upon the plot of one Dexter Graves. There are no jumping stars here. Ashtabula is long gone. Are you without a destination? Have you finally found a home? No, 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 no. 7 athletes will the where Los Angeles Crusader stands, although lost and last unmarked, you stand draped in wood here. Well, I know who you are. That's the point of trepidation. That's the point of who we are. No, 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 no. Just nothing at all. I'm sorry I let you down if I let you down before. 'Cause I feel nothing, and that's just what I felt before. I'm sorry I let you down if I let you down before. I just keep running and I don't until I is fast to put you where I goes. Willows hot on my trail that I willows and widows and funerals. I know I'll make it. I just keep running and I don't until I is fast to put you where I goes. Willows hot on my trail that I willows and widows and funerals. Is this really happening? Or is this just nothing at all? I'm sorry I let you down if I let you down before. 'Cause I feel nothing, and that's just what I felt before. I'm sorry I let you down if I let you down before. Is this really happening? Or is this just nothing? What's up, and thanks for watching this video. I produce all different kinds of content, so if you haven't yet, click on my face to subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, I've got some sweet playlists, including this one, where I open up every fat pack ever created. I've also got this one over here where I open just about anything vintage and old and expensive for your enjoyment. And all this is made possible by the awesome backers at our Patreon, which is linked in the description of every video. Hop on over there, check it out, see if it's something you might want to consider. If not, sit back, enjoy, and I'll still love you.